I'm just a guy who loves Disney and has way too much time on his hands. If anybody from Disney is watching, please don't sue me. I'm here to rate, review, and describe all of your favorite things from the magical world of Disney. I'm File91e and welcome to my Disney News and Reviews. Hello everyone and welcome to this week's Disney News and Reviews. I'm File91e and I gotta say, what a week it has been. D23 happened and it's been pretty fantastic. So much stuff has happened. But before I talk about that, let me go right into this. The Where in the Land from last week was the Frontierland area during the Mickey's Halloween party. That's the Dia de los Muertos area. Really fun stuff. If you ever get a chance to go to the Mickey's Halloween party this year, it's awesome. So check it out. But back to D23 now. There's a lot of D23 stuff that I want to go over. And one of you fine people out there mentioned that you might want to see a live show, or at least just do a segment complete, just dedicated to that, or a whole show just dedicated to my thoughts on D23. And I said, you know what, let's just do a live show with that. So that's what I'm going to do. So in not this week, not next week, but the week after, I'm going to do a live show from right here. I want to do, complete with the news and all of this stuff right now, and then once we get to the reviews section, I'm going to tell you all about my favorite things from this past year's D23. I'll give you my opinion on it, and hopefully I'll be able to interact with you all, and it'll be pretty fun. So that should be fun. It's in like I said, 2 or 3 weeks time. I'll give you more on that as it becomes available. So excellent stuff there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Also, if you it's the last time I want to show this, but Periscope on your phone, it's an app for your phone where you live stream. I do some live streaming here and there. Like last week I was washing my car, and while I was taking a break from doing it, because it took me like a couple hours because I like to really detail my car, I live streamed and talked to you guys a bit about stuff. So if you are interested in that, check out Periscope. It's very fun, and I get on there sometimes too, and I think we can have a little chit chat, and it'll be a good time with that. So Periscope, very cool app, and it really helped me out during the D23 Expo. I saw a bunch of stuff live, and it was pretty crazy. So yeah, there you go. That's what's been going on with me this week. Let's get right to the news. Well, we are a week out from this year's D23 Expo, and there was so much news from it that I couldn't possibly reveal it all here in the news section. So I plan on doing a live show in a few weeks, completely dedicated to the D23 Expo and everything that came with it, like I said before. I will say some of my favorite things that I saw was the announcement of Star Wars Land and Toy Story Land, and the reveal of Pandora, the land of Avatar, for Disney's Animal Kingdom. So those are some of the 3 big things that I really want to tell you guys, in case you didn't know already. So much more was revealed over the weekend, but I just can't fit it all right here in the news section. So bear with me for a few more weeks, and I will do a live show where I can discuss with all of you my thoughts on the big reveals. So awesome stuff there. Now remember that Shop Disney Parks app that I mentioned last week? Well, it's up and ready for download, so be sure to grab it either in the Apple App Store or Google Play. Now more updates will be coming for the app, so be sure to update it when you get it. That's pretty cool. I already downloaded it and had a little look around. Really cool stuff there, and it's just very fun. Really cool stuff to see. It's official, the Jungle Navigation Company Limited Skipper Canteen is the name of the new restaurant coming to the Magic Kingdom's Adventureland. Opening in the space of the former Adventureland veranda, the Skipper Canteen will allow guests to experience the world-famous jungle cuisine in one of several unique dining rooms, including a crew mess hall, a once-hidden secret meeting room of the sacred or the famed Society of Explorers and Adventurers. The restaurant will also be staffed by Jungle Cruise skippers, so expect their own brand of humor to be served up with each dish. Both lunch and dinner table service will be inspired by the flavors of Africa, Asia, and South America. The restaurant is currently under construction with the opening in late of 2015. So Cool stuff. That actually sounds really neat. I can't wait to go check that out. Continuing last year's trend of adding premium packages to the most hard-ticketed events, Disney has introduced the Happy Hallowishes Dessert Premium Package for this year's Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. This is in addition to your party ticket, and includes a reserved viewing location for the Boo to You parade and Happy Hallowishes dessert party, and a Happy Hallowishes dessert party. That should be pretty cool. If it's anything like the Phantasmic dessert thing, that should be really awesome. You sit in a nice place, you get dessert, and you get an optimal view of both of those things. So really, really cool. This dessert party package looks to be the only premium offering this year, with the more expensive Sinister Soiree appearing to be discontinued. So yeah. Walt Disney's office has been removed from the One Man's Dream exhibit at Disney's Hollywood Studios. The original desk and furniture from Walt's office has been on display at One Man's Dream since October of 2001, as part of the opening as part of the 100 Years of Magic celebration, which was then centered at the Disney MGM Studios. The desk, chair, and cabinet that were originally shipped from Florida are now expected to return to the Walt Disney Family Museum. The window that looked over the office is currently covered with a map of Disneyland. The long-term future of One Man's Dream remains in doubt, as much of that area of the park is expected to become Toy Story Land. Disney has not yet made any announcements about a closure of One Man's Dream. Hopefully they'll maybe move something over to the Magic Kingdom area and do a proper Walt kind of attraction. That would be really neat. Kind of like they have over in Disneyland with the Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. They have a great little museum in there. That's really cool. So it would be nice if they could do something like that. I think there has to be a Walt Disney kind of museum sort of area in there, but that's just me. And then some Disneyland news, really small Disneyland news, but still Disneyland news nonetheless. It seems Halloween merchandise is already starting to trickle into Disneyland stores. The Five and Dime is the first store in the Disneyland parks to start carrying Halloween merchandise, though I'm sure more are coming. It's amazing to see that the summer is almost over, and we will soon be treated to the spooktacular celebrations in all of the Disney parks. So I love Halloween time in Disney World or Disneyland, and it's very, very fun. So I highly recommend you guys go down during the fall, especially for the the Halloween stuff, and if you are in Florida, the Epcot Food and Wine Festival. Good stuff there. Excellent. So yeah, that's the news for this week. Let's get right to the reviews, or rather, Arena August. Alright guys, we are continuing Arena August with the month in which I'm talking about two similar attractions, one from Florida, the Florida Disney World, and then one from Disneyland, and comparing them and telling you which one is better. So for instance, this week we're doing the Tiki Room and Pirates of the Caribbean. So I'm going to be comparing the two Tiki Rooms with one another, and I'm going to tell you which one is better. And then you got Pirates of the Caribbean, and I'm also going to tell you which one is better, because both parks have a Tiki Room and a Pirates of the Caribbean, and only one can win. Only one can win. So you all know what the deal is. I'm splitting myself up into two personalities, one for Disneyland, one for Disney World. They're going to argue, and then I'm going to make the decision. So let's go over to the judging area now, and I will see you all when I get over there.
Back again for more fun, excitement.
All right, here we are, week 4, almost the final week. We got a big one today. So, I guess you can introduce yourselves. We pretty much know what's going on here. We are going to rate, or I'm going to, you guys are going to state your cases. I want to compare Walt Disney World attractions versus Disneyland attractions. We'll see where we go from here. First one, the Enchanted Tiki Room. All right, that's right. Walt Disney World, you go, buddy. All right, the Walt Disney World version of the Tiki Room, pretty much the same thing as the Disneyland version. A little bit of a difference is that we have a Barker bird as our pre-show. We don't have the, my name is Maui. Natives call me the Mighty One. We don't really have that. We serve the Dole Whip. It is near the exit. I love the Dole Whip. It is a tasty concoction. Dole Whip! And the ride is pretty much the same. I mean, it's nice, it's big, it's definitely centered right there in the middle of Adventureland. But yeah, that's pretty much it. The Walt Disney World version of the Tiki Room, Enchanted Tiki Room. Very good, very good. Solid showing for the Tiki Room. Solid showing for the Tiki Room and the Dole Whip. Disneyland, can you do better? All right, Your Honor. File91e. The Disneyland version of Tiki Room is the original. Obviously, I think we both know this. The theming is pretty much the same, all Tiki and Adventurelanded out. It's right there at the entrance to Adventureland. And usually you're greeted by a long line because people want to go to the Dole Whip stand. Dole Whip. And while, yes, the intro is okay, you know, I mean, I think the intro is a little bit better than the Barker Bird at the Walt Disney World version. This one's cool. It tells you all about the different gods, the Tiki gods and everything like that. And then you go into the big Tiki Room and it just looks better. It flows a lot better. It has, you know, a lot, you know, I think much better theming than the one in Walt Disney World. The one in Walt Disney World just kind of seems like it just planted there. This one kind of seems organic. And I just want to say it again. Dole Whip stand. Yeah, that's right. Dole Whip. Yes, you guys have Dole Whip, but our Dole Whip stand's a lot better. Say you want to go into into the Tiki Room, you can still get your Dole Whip while you wait for the Tiki Room show to open. If you just want to walk by, there's a side for that too. If you want to do that in Walt Disney World, you just got to go. It's right at the the exit. And yes, it's one of the few places that actually sells Dole Whip. You know, Walt Disney World and the Polynesian and all that stuff. But the place to get Dole Whip in Disneyland is the Enchanted Tiki Room. That's why it is notched up a lot. So yes, the Disneyland version is, I think, better. But that's just my opinion. Honestly, I didn't hear a word you just said. You said Dole Whip and I just kind of spaced out. But I'm sure whatever you said was very heartfelt and warming. Meant a lot. Right in here, buddy. I like you, buddy. Crazy little guy. Oh, what do you even... Who are you? Whew, look at that. Look at this guy. All right. The Tiki Room. Disneyland. Hey, man. It's easier access to Dole Whip. Sorry. That was the tiebreaker. Really? Move Dole Whip to front of line. It's the same show, really, and I like the pre-show. That was actually better, I think, than the Barker Bird. But that's just me. That's just me. And Dole Whip. So I want some Dole Whip now, and you both made me sad by talking about Dole Whip. Anyway, moving on. Bigger, better things. This is the big one, guys. Or one of the big ones. Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh, God. Really? Pirates. Oh! Bad day for you. Disneyland, you're up. Ooh. No, he can go first. No, there's none of that. You're going first. Are you sure? Okay. Well, Pirates of the Caribbean at Disneyland is the original, in a better section of Disneyland than Adventureland in there. Doesn't really need to be refurbed, because it's very classic. It's awesome. It has the Dream Suite right over top of it, which is awesome. There's a better first scene, with the introduction. You go through the Blue Bayou Lagoon, and there's the restaurant sitting right there. Oh, it looks beautiful. There's a couple of dips. You go underneath the train tracks, and it's longer. It's just the one that Walt Disney liked. Had he been on the one in Walt Disney World, I'm sure he would have liked it okay, but he would have wanted it to be a little bit longer, a little bit more in depth, and have a little bit better feel. That's not to say the one in Walt Disney World doesn't, but the one in Disneyland is infinitely better. I don't know what it is about it. It's when you walk on, you just enjoy it, and it's awesome. And also, if it does break down, the pirates don't eat the tourists. See what I did there? Can't make that reference here. This isn't Universal. References to things that are in today's society. So yes, I will take this now. You take it. Take all control that you need. Good luck, buddy. Try to beat that. Frizzle frazzle, pudding pop. You're up. All right, the Walt Disney World version of Pirates of the Caribbean. We are not the original, obviously, but we have a better plot of land, so we didn't have to do as many of the drops, which are fun. We have a interesting covered area. It's not set in New Orleans like the other one is. This is kind of set like in a Spanish bunker, or a fort, which is kind of neat. You got to go through the fort in order to get to the loading area, which is fun. So it's covered and whatnot, so that's neat. The ride itself is pretty much the same. It's a little shorter than I think the Disneyland one is, and we pretty much have the same effects. Jack Sparrow's still there. I mean, right? They have that too? Okay. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I have for Pirates of the Caribbean as pluses. I mean, that's pretty much it. We have pirate shows and things like that. That's always a good time. That's fun, isn't it? Okay, 2 very well done arguments. And a couple of references that might have to be edited out due to copyright issues. But who knows? I might just throw them in there. Got you guys. Disneyland. I knew it.
Really?
You knew it. And I'm pretty sure you knew it too, buddy. It's the original. Come on. It's a lot better. It's longer and there's a much better story. It flows better. I mean, you guys are good, but let's just be real here. So yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean, Disneyland, a lot better than the Pirates of the Caribbean and Walt Disney World. I know that might make some people upset, but guys, you gotta understand. That's just my opinion. So yeah, next week it's the big one, guys. The big one. The giant one. Large. Be there. Good stuff. Good try, buddy. All right. Go get me some Dole Whip. You are a sad, strange little man. Woo, man, that was a doozy. That was fun. Tiki Room and Pirates of the Caribbean. Both were preferable in Disneyland. I think that's just because there was some personal Walt touches there that made them interesting. Not to say that the ones in Disney World are bad, but I just like the theming a little bit more and the flow a little bit more in the Tiki Room and the Pirates of the Caribbean in Disneyland. So that was just my opinion on that. I would love to hear your opinions. Just post them in the comments section below. I'm sure I'm going to have a lot of comments on this one, considering it is Pirates of the Caribbean, and maybe even some Tiki Room lovers out there, especially with the Dole Whip. That's right, buddy. Dole Whip. Good stuff. So yeah, that was fun. So those are my opinions on the Tiki Room and Pirates of the Caribbean, on which one is better. Good stuff.
And now, a random Disney fact with File91e.
More than 50 million Cokes are consumed each year at Disney parks. You won't find a Pepsi.
And that was a random Disney fact with File91e.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's Disney News and Reviews. I know I did. Again, I'm going to be doing a live show covering all of the D23, reveals, or at least all of my favorite things there. I'm going to be talking about movies, park stuff, video games, because there's actually a couple video games that I'm really excited for. Star Wars Battlefront, that I really want to talk about. And I'm excited to hear what you guys think, because we are going to have a difference of opinion, I think, on some things. Some people like certain things, other people like other things, but that's okay as long as we're all civil and have a good discussion about it. I'm down to talk about it. It's really cool. That's going to be a fun time, live show. Now, if there's anyone from Disney watching, please don't sue me. I just want to go down to Disney World and have a good time and talk to people about it and make sure that they go to Disney World and have a great time as well and see the fantastic rides. Tiki Room and Pirates of the Caribbean. Doesn't matter which Disney park you go to, it's going to be awesome. So check both of those out. Now, if you are going to Disney World or Disneyland, be sure to go to ours.net, touringplans.com, WDWmagic.com for our latest and greatest Disney news. Disneyland news I get mainly from micechat.com, so they're great too. Check all of those places out. That's where you can check out all the D23 stuff, all of those, covered D23, and that's where I get a lot of my stuff. So check those places out if you haven't already, and you want to read up more on these fantastic, additions to the parks and everything. So really cool stuff. So yeah, last week you got it pretty easy. I'll try to stump you this week with the Where in the Land. So I'll see you all next week for another Disney News Reviews. And guys, where in the land am I this week? Bye guys.